Joker, I didn't see.
I don't even know. I've never even heard of this band.
They were a replacement, I think, also. But I did see Unleash the Archers, and this was we talked about them on the Gimmick Metal episode.
Yeah, and I'd never heard of them before the Gimmick Metal
so here's the deal.
episode.
Not that bad.
It like amplified the things I said about hearing them recorded more so, which is that the singer is actually really, really good. She sounded really good live. She hit all the unnecessary high notes. I did lose track of how many songs start with wah, because it was like at least 3. That's why I thought that. I'm like, oh, it's at least been 3 of them. I really should have been keeping track because it probably would have been hilarious. I could just listen to their album, but I don't want to do that. But the same thing. The singer is so good, and she has a really good armor guy. And so, like her whole outfit was good, but the rest of the
armor is really on point.
really was.
Band's armorer.
But the band's songwriting is just so dull and the same as everybody. And again, it's like, I feel like with power metal, like you almost can't win as far as keyboards go. If you have keyboards, people think
Labyrinth.
it's
Labyrinth had keyboards.
Well, yeah, Labyrinth was awesome though.
Right, they were awesome.
Right, but they
They're
were
the
like
one power metal band that was awesome.
Right, and
for one album.
Right, exactly.
If you're listening, if you've only heard Sons of Thunder and you're wondering why I'm saying this, it's because that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, it's Return to Heaven Denied, and not
part 2, not Return to Heaven Denied. That's why I was like, what?
Right.
I couldn't believe when they did that.
Yeah, and but wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Unleash the Archers. So the rest of the band, though, like the songs aren't great, and the guitar players, when they did their solos, it was like, I don't know, they seemed like they were new to. I don't know if they play a lot of shows live, but their solos were pretty sloppy, and I heard a lot of like noises I don't like to hear when people are playing guitar because they mean that you're not hitting notes right. But
maybe they're Rings of Saturn.
So
band.
Somebody needs to like figure out how to write stuff, and they should make their music more interesting. But the singer's really good.
How much do they have? One album, or what's their deal?
They actually have. I think they have a few, but like they just got onto Nuclear Blast, I think.
Oh,
so they're on a label now, is the thing, and that's why they suddenly have like videos and stuff. Or at least that's why the most recent video had like clear production values, and the previous video they just filmed a dude dressed like a knight in the woods fighting another dude. And their first, I mean, the Gimmick Metal album, we talked a lot about their videos because the first one was really hilarious. But yeah, but they're doing like a tour. I think they were doing a tour with Hybria, who then couldn't get into the States, but apparently they're gonna like finish out the tour anyway, and it was already in like tiny towns and shit, so that's gonna be a rough tour. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, everyone, there's one of those bands that like they're gonna get some traction, because if you're into that kind of metal, then, and you like songs that start with wah, then and not to be confused with wah pedal, I mean singing the syllable wah,
the onomatopoeia.
Yes, with about like 15 A's and an H at the end. That's how I spell it. So I did not get to see DyNAAZty.
What do you mean?
Worst band name ever.
What do you mean get to? Is that how it's pronounced? I have no idea.
With a Z.
It's DyNAAZty.
No, people just say Dynasty, but it's spelled with a Z. So I'm sorry, your name is DyNAAZty.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and that's also a way better name.
Right, I agree.
They were too nasty to get into the U.S. Too nasty to get into the U.S.
Right, Dynasty sounds like you watch TV in the 80s. DyNAAZty sounds like, right, you're too dangerous to get past,
nasty.
border.
You sound like you should be playing Gathering of the Juggalos.
But like,
well,
okay,
maybe they will be.
So here's the thing. So this band, I've seen like, I want to say every time I like look them up and hear a thing, it's totally different. A few years ago, they were full on butt rock, but like no.
Oh, so they were
the name like DyNAAZty.
They were watching TV in the 80s. I get it.
Full on, and like they had this like singer. They fired him. I think he was like the source of the butt rock or something, and they were like, no, we want to be a like metal band. And now they just sound like a power metal band. So they actually sound less not really less unique because there's a lot of like new wave of Californian butt rock. What is that? New wave of Californian butt rock.
You're way more
I'm gonna
likely
make
to
this a
get
thing.
fans with a butt rock band than a power metal band.
Which, right, it's kind of weird. It's like they switched for the wrong. Maybe it's because all the ProgPower people got into them and they were like, audience, what do you?
Well,
and
no.
then they tried to switch to fit them or
The
something.
thing is, you can't be a new butt rock band though.
No, but it's a thing.
Yeah, no, it's a
and
thing
they're
now.
No.
They're making
if
money.
If you're young and you're in LA,
Right.
which
That's right. They're not in LA.
neither.
Right.
They're
I think
not.
they're Swedish or something actually. So
Right.
maybe they just like picked the wrong trend or something. But that was the thing. I thought they were from LA the first time I saw them because I was like, this is so butt rock trying to be like, but we're like cool and hard and stuff. And then the last one was just straight up power metal. And
Yeah.
I was just like, okay. But either way, they didn't make it. Actually, like a half the band made it, and then half the band like didn't get their visa. So they were like hanging out and signing shit and not playing.
So who played in their place?
At that point, it was a really late one, so I think Unleash the Archers just got like a longer set or something.
So then we're up to the band that I want to talk about.
Right. So,
Can I lead this?
yeah.
in? I just want to let the audience know I have taken sleeping pills that are less effective than this band. And Matt, I'll let you take it from here.
Oh yeah. So okay. So Riverside, they
Wait,
played.
did you take those pills down by the river? Did you Did you walk into the river? Is
I might have.
Is there something you want to tell us?
So.
I might want to after hearing that.
This is my second time seeing Riverside. The last time was at ProgPower. They play prog rock in a distinctly sort of 70s classic prog rock kind of way, which unfortunately to me seems kind of regressive. So it's like regressive prog.
Progressive rock's all the rage.
Yeah, regressive rock and regressive prog as well, I guess. So
Retro prog.
and it's very it's rarely fast, and it's I'd say definitely more rock than metal, and so it just gets sleepy. Basically, I couldn't really get into them, but I was, sometimes you see a band live and it'll make you give them another shot. So last time they played ProgPower, I was like, all right, everybody is into this. There's got to be something going on there, so let me check it out.
Everyone
and
was
I
also
fell
into Seventh Wonder.
asleep. I fell like I could
This
not
time or
stay
last
awake.
time?
Last time.
Because last time I lasted 4 minutes before I was passed out.
Yeah, last time I fell asleep. This time, my whole plan was try to stay awake. I'm going to watch them, and I'm going to try to stay awake. I heard, I was hanging out listening to random stuff like a week before, like when I watched the Anathema thing, and I watched a video from their newest album, and people were saying that, yeah, the new album, it's a little different or whatever. I don't know. It sounded a little heavier. It was kind of like a riff at the beginning, and I was like, okay, this is a little more interesting. I could maybe get into this. And then right in the middle of the song, I was just like drifting off again, like, oh, nope, almost fell asleep there. So I went to see him. I didn't watch the whole thing because I was starting to doze off. It was the same thing, man. I mean, they're a solid band if you like what they play, but to me, it's really... I paid a lot more attention this time, really, to try to... Because I already understood that it's sleepy to me, and I'm not into it. So now it was like, what's the big deal, right? I want to try to figure out what the big deal is. And the thing I found is I was not that impressed. I mean...
But if you're into like 70s prog rock and you want something modern, like you could
Yeah.
still be listening to Rush, or you could listen to like Enchant, who
Yeah.
are fucking awesome.
Yeah. Or like there's
But
Steven Wilson
Riverside,
does a lot of that kind of vibe.
I'm gonna part company with you on that.
I like Enchant.
Assessment
Sorry.
of Enchant.
I never got into Enchant, so I don't know the other stuff.
I tried and failed.
But that's the thing. Like in
They're really good
general,
live.
that was the thing. In general, latter day prog rock kind of
Stinks.
loses my attention. Yeah. Well, I think for one thing, there's a certain point where there's a lot more room for progressive metal to expand than progressive rock, right? Because there's so many more metal things that progressive metal avoided because it was so busy just trying to copy Dream Theater for like 15 years. And so some of that is happening now.
You
but
mean copy Toto?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dream Theater never did write their Rosanna, did they? So yeah, I don't know. The main thing, the other thing was like, I don't know, like people talked a lot about like what a good bass player the dude is, but he plays with a pick, and like he didn't play anything.
Dude, he's the best pick bassist.
Like there was like really nothing that crazy at any point going on. Again, I think it comes down to,
Did he have frets?
some people. Yeah, he had frets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just played like a jazz bass with a pick, and his voice is super uninteresting to me. That's another thing where it's just kind of a bland, sleepy singer.
I mean, the whole band is just kind of monotone.
Yeah, right. It's kind of drony. Like, I don't know, maybe a lot of people have insomnia, and so this is what they put on to prog themselves to sleep
I
at
think
night.
a lot of prog listeners are probably really anxious people.
Yeah.
Calms them down.
Yeah, maybe that's what. Well,
It
it's
makes a
like,
lot of sense.
well, it's like I
Yeah.
look right. Well, what it is?
does.
It's like this is the thing because I was actually this makes perfect sense. I was trying to explain to somebody the whole yacht. I was like, yeah, like do you listen to Yacht Rock? I'm like, yeah. I wouldn't go around talking about this. Like, I mean, okay, maybe I would.
Well, no, but how would you even have amassed the nuanced knowledge of it
Right.
if you didn't when you hate something and you want to have a joke about it, it only goes so deep.
Right, you get like
Because
2-3 jokes, and then
right.
you're like, all right,
But no, like
right. We're way too deep into it to be
There's
like doing this as a
too deep.
prank.
There's a lot of love behind the humor.
Right. Yeah. Well, but the thing I tried to explain to him was like, in a lot of ways, the really cool thing about listening to Yacht Rock is it's so antithetical to metal, and so like if I am not in the mood for like super aggression or like technicality or any like metal things, I'm in the mood for smooth grooves. Like it's a great other type of music to be into because it's so different, right? It's
Diametrically opposed.
right. So, but so one dude said, he was like, well, why don't you just listen to like prog rock? I'm like, because it's not prog anymore. Like new prog rock is rarely prog because it's just 70s prog rock with like modern production.
Yeah.
So there's no progress. And
You
so,
can just listen to good music. And
right.
Kind of
Maybe
excludes.
don't like, wall yourself into a genre because this is the music you've decided you listen to. And so only,
Right. You should be like, because my identity is not wrapped up in what music
Right.
I listen to.
Exactly.
I don't have a Dream Theater tattoo or like bumper sticker.
Hey man, we saw some sweet CFH tattoos at the Pantera show.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's probably a big part of it is it's like, and the same thing with Anathema is like when you need your like, your softer, more sensitive music, and that's when you listen to Riverside or whatever. Although I'd rather listen to Anathema than Riverside.
Yes.
Because their songwriting at least is like,
No, like
well, if you're
not
going to just
even-
write
not,
melodic
there's
songs.
not even a question.
Yeah.
Like,
No, their albums are good.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
don't want to see them live.
right, I don't want to see him live either.
And they sounded really good too, actually, which is another thing about it in their face. Because again, yeah, I wouldn't have been like, oh, I didn't even know if I was going to watch Anathema, but then I was like, well, the stuff I heard on YouTube, I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Whatever, I'll check it out. And I actually stayed a lot longer than I planned to, because even though it's a little sleepy, it was way more interesting and engaging than Riverside.
Well, that's the thing. Bands that are like that have never like been tried to be heavy and been around for a long time. It's the same deal with Amorphous. I knew that even when they played new stuff, that like it was going to sound better live than on the album.
Yeah.
because they know what they're doing.
That ProgPower show they did ruled, by the way.
No,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
great.
It
And
was
I
awesome.
knew, I was like, even if they play late era, mid tempo stuff, like it's gonna sound good because I'm like, you're listening to it on the album, and you're like, I know this sounded way better in the practice room, and then they got in the studio and it like just fell apart.
Yeah.
And I was totally right.
Yeah. Yeah. So since everyone at ProgPower loves Riverside, they're probably going to want to send me hate mail
At
yourmusicisbad.com. Or if you prefer, feel free to interact on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/YMIB podcast. Or just hit me up on Twitter at @TheOneTrueMatt. So let us know what you hate about the podcast and us personally. I'm basically pissed because nobody has used that email yet at all. Not even as a joke to be like, which I honestly didn't want them to at first. But then once nobody actually did, you suck, just kidding. Just want to see if the email was real. Now I'm pissed that nobody's done it
Well,
because
you should say you're inundated with mail, so that
Right.
if people want to if you want to make sure your message gets read, you should probably send it 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, in fact, we should say that now and then edit out the part.
Splicey.
Or not for radical transparency. At next episode, we'll say, after that last episode, we got so
tons of
much
email.
mail. Riverside still isn't that great, though.
You're like,
It's all the Kanye fans.
so much mail. It's all night long, all day strong.
All day
Actually,
strong.
All day strong.
you should take this Kanye West theory and just blast it all over Twitter, and we'll
Since-
get some heat.
No, we need to make a website.
Right.
Like a dedicated to
So since-
Conways.
Since that theory was on the previous episode,
Yes.
or possibly the next one, depending on what order I release them in.
You mean an episode from the future?
Right. Which is interesting. Right. So once I get a seaboard, I'm going to start doing that during the fucking thing. That's what I'm going to do. Especially because the new one is like tiny. I'm just going to have it here and I can just be like.
You're like the original soundboard.
So for
the
all our-
seaboard.
For all our crazy sci-fi theories about
Yeah.
crazy celebrities from the future.
You mean all one of them?
Well, I mean, there's got to be more.
Okay, so Riverside.
2 bands left.
2 bands left. Royal Hunt,
Oh,
which
with David Coverdale Cooper.
so
It was him. He was singing, right?
this band was wearing a lot of leather.
Like a whole cow or like a couple cows?
Well, wait, or
Well-
like fetish gear,
Like
or like
okay, the
metal
keyboardist.
gear?
The keyboardist. Okay,
Where do
so
you think they buy that stuff?
the keyboardist was wearing a long leather coat with no shirt. He might have had leather pants. I'm not sure. DC Cooper, for those who don't know,
David Coverdale Cooper.
they bumped his they bumped his solo set from one of the earlier nights. I think because of Saxon. I would have much rather seen DC Cooper on the off chance that he would do Infatuator.
Yeah.
But which he probably would have, and if not, I would have infatuated him from the crowd until he did. But Royal Hunt was playing all of Paradox, which is an album I thought was really cool for like 2 weeks in 1999. And
Wait, is that the one that has is there a song it's called like Last in Line or something, but it's not like the Dio Last in Line?
I think so.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
okay.
wait, no. Is it Long Way Home?
I don't know. And then there's a clearly synthesizer oboe part.
I love those.
Probably. Well, dude had 5 keyboards.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called computers. Like you just need one.
Right.
Yeah.
But apparently he insisted on having.
he was-
Well, otherwise, how would he hold his arms to like the side on opposite keyboards so that his leather coat could swing open and let you see that he's not wearing a shirt underneath it?
Jesus Christ pose,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this is the album with the synth oboe. Which if anyone knows my hatred for the oboe and my hatred for synth orchestral music,
I get the
like-
synth because I don't think I'd heard about your hatred for the oboe.
the oboe is the worst instrument. Like
I grew up listening to it because my brother's an oboe player.
There you
I
go.
know how you feel.
no, I mean you there's no really orchestral texture that you need to score with an oboe. You like the I don't need it.
Yeah,
I don't need
it's a
the
pretty
oboe.
bland kind of flat
It's
sound.
piercing as hell.
Oh.
It's like the worst. It doesn't. You can't blend it with anything.
Oh, I see.
And then as a solo instrument, it's like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, no, I don't need that sound. Keep that to yourself.
yeah. So
Keyboard players, man.
Keyboard players.
If you happen to play oboe and you take exception to everything I just said,
The keyboard player from Spock's Beard has signed picks that he tosses out to the crowd at his shows, like
What?
guitar picks.
wait, what?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Why?
because he can't like cut his hand off and throw it
Or
out
like
to
throw
you.
keys. I mean, he breaks keys on his keyboard because
Yeah.
he plays with his feet sometimes.
Oh yeah, Rio.
Yeah,
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 he's a crazy Japanese dude.
Yeah, he's
So I
cool,
guess that's cool.
But,
yeah.
but throwing out guitar picks
Yeah,
is
that's
a little
weird.
weird. I think I have one somewhere. Pretty sure I do.
It's also weird because the guitar player in Spock's Beard doesn't use a pick.
Yeah.
That's why they have extras.
Yeah.
Maybe he ordered a whole bunch. They were like, it would be cool if we get picks. He'd be like, dude, you know I don't play with a pick.
They got a
Whatever, give him to
Dunlop
the-
sponsorship, you know. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, Dunlop's like, here, have these picks. And he's like, oh, man. Yeah,
that.
about that. I'll have the keyboards throw them out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say about Royal Hunt. I mean, DC sounded all right. Oh no, wait. Okay. So DC. Okay, so the keyboardist is just like the warm up to the DC came out in a. I don't remember the animal of the print, but it was an animal print
describe it.
coat. It had like a thick, like collar, like lining kind of thing. It looked very regal, right? It looked like a very royal coat.
Royal coat?
Like
Was
royal.
it Cecil the Lion?
Hunt.
You think?
No.
You think he got that coat as the result of a hunt?
Maybe a royal hunt, or maybe he's just a royal hunt.
A royal hunt?
Royal hunt. But here's the thing. There were multiple costume changes. So he's wearing this like animal print coat, no shirt. He changes into like a different jacket with no shirt. And then
So was his outfit thematic then? Did it go like with the song change?
no, he just likes to change clothes.
Oh,
Yeah.
It wasn't like he got sweaty.
No, he was sweaty at the beginning because he had a coat and no shirt.
Oh, I thought you were saying because he was oiled up, like he was greased up. Because that's
No.
so pro wrestling. If
No, he
came
wasn't
out-
oiled.
If he came out,
No, he wasn't.
he was
oiled. He
already.
wasn't.
Was his
already,
hair wet when he got to the stage?
No. So he came out in the royal.
Roman Reigns.
Okay, so he came out in the.
I'm dying over here. I can't.
Actually, we need Roman Reigns to take over as the lead singer of Royal Hunt. That would be fucking amazing.
Take over. I don't think they do things anymore,
Yeah.
other than for ProgPower. So his first one was the like leopard print or whatever with like very thick like collar part. So it just looked very like royal, but no shirt. And then he put on like a I don't remember. It was like just like more of a regular jacket, but still no shirt. But then he
Crown.
took off that jacket.
Please tell me he put a crown on.
He put on a shirt, but with only like 2 buttons buttoned at the bottom. So it's still wide open.
would also-
Fast costume
And
change.
at one point, a lot of people missed this, but I fucking saw it, and I will immortalize it here. When he was like leaning over the audience, he like pulled aside the shirt and rubbed his nipple and like nodded at somebody, and then like, but really, and then I was like, God damn it, DC.
Fan service, man.
And then
Fan
apparently later on, he took off that shirt as well.
You left.
Yeah.
Because I would.
Yeah, I didn't stay for the whole Royal Hunt
I'm
show.
booking for a crown, but I would settle for a jester's cap.
No,
A
it
tiara.
wasn't other than the first coat. It was not
Were
thematic.
there any women in the band? Because like a tiara would be good too.
I mean, DC's daughter was like in the back taking pictures, but she wasn't like in the band.
Tell me more.
So there was a number of
did she look like she would?
there was a number of
Whitesnake
daughters
video?
of people spotted. There was DC. Oh, who's the other one? There was DC's daughter, and then Urban's daughter was apparently also at the festival.
Did any of them? Did any
And
of
also
them
were
look
the
like Kelly
discussion.
Bundy?
No.
Oh, because I was willing to bet money that.
Yeah. So Royal Hunt, whoop-de-doo, and then Angra did Holy Land, and that was pretty cool.
I used to
And-
really like that band for like a year.
Who?
Angra.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like Temple of Shadows. And then
they're-
I can't listen to it now.
Fireworks is okay.
Yeah, Fireworks.
I hate Holy Land. Did they play Holy?
Yeah,
Was
they
that a
played
thing
all
they
of
were-
Holy
I hate
Land.
that album.
No, it sucks.
I like it.
And that
Everyone loves it.
and that
It's their
really
only album with
horrible
like
song.
Brazilian polyrhythms and shit. Like all the other albums
Yeah,
are just power metal.
and
so
right, but
it's
then
their
it,
most
but it
unique
has
album.
the really awful like pseudo film music, like piano
Right,
playing,
because they're
and
trying to be
synth
like
orchestral
slightly
music.
neoclassical too, and they don't actually. I'm sure they couldn't afford to actually get instruments and shit.
I think with every lineup change, they get worse.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Kiko's leaving now
He left a
because
while ago, I thought.
no, he
Oh.
just got hired to be in Megadeth.
I thought he quit like a while back, and then
If he did, he rejoined or something.
yeah,
But
yeah, like that happened. Like a couple
Kiko's-
people quit and then came back, and then
Well, Kiko, I think Kiko's been there the whole time because he's the more technical guitar player. He's the more watch him shred and pleasure yourself.
I thought he was too busy banging like porn stars to be in a band anymore.
I don't know anything about this.
What?
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah,
Not American ones,
no,
right?
Yeah,
Like
was
Brazilian
he
porn
getting-
stars.
Was he,
Like,
getting, was he getting paid to do it,
I don't know.
or it was just on
what
the
is
side?
this? Did you make this up?
No.
What is this from?
Like from 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I actually used to like be a Kiko fan.
Oh.
And, yeah,
Yeah, he's really good. I was
well, that's questionable, but
no, he's a really good guitar player.
yeah, just not a very interesting guitar player. I'm sorry.
Well, but based on I didn't
Yeah.
listen to his solo albums because I don't listen to backing track shred, but
Yeah,
like
that's basically it.
I mean, even if it's the best, right? That's the point. Is like it's fully irrelevant because even the best instrumental guitar album at this point, I have no real interest in it. So, but my thing is in the context of Angra, and he is clearly the more interesting lead player. And then I don't know how much he wrote. I think it might have been the other dude is like more heavy in the writing.
Yeah, it's his
And
band. I
right,
thought.
and it definitely is now because Kiko's the last like old school dude. So now from now on, it's Raphael Bittencourt's band.
I like that drummer they had, Achilles.
Oh yeah, Akilas
Yeah,
Priester.
they got in a fight. I think that's why he
Yeah,
left or something.
he's in some other band now. He's
Maybe
got
it
a
was
gig.
him with the porn star. One of them
Maybe
two.
no, because I think he was in Megadeth for a minute, and
Who
now he's in
hasn't
some other
been
band.
in Megadeth at this
right,
point?
but the
Wasn't,
point
like-
is, if you're just in Angra, you're not banging American porn stars.
Yeah,
if you were in Megadeth, maybe, but
I don't know. Not on New Nuge's time.
I don't want to like just piss off all the Brazilians, but I've been trying to think of a Brazilian metal band that I like for a while, and I'm just coming up empty. Like,
but Angra is like their like pride and joy anyway. So
but Sepultura.
Sepultura.
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but Sepultura is really shitty.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate Sepultura.
Yeah,
What's the Soulfly? They're pretty terrible.
that's just
Sepultura.
side
Yeah.
more Sepultura.
Part dose.
Yeah.
But for a country that's like, metal, like,
Right. Yeah, but they're also like, Iron Maiden, like it came out yesterday.
I mean, they have
And they
their
know
own,
it
like,
didn't.
versions of metal magazines. That,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Hey Milton, how you doing?
Yeah, I don't know, like, because I don't really know what countries a bunch of bands I like are from. So I might be into some Brazilian band. I just don't know, but I don't.
Well, so here's the thing. So so Fabio from Rhapsody is the singer now. Okay.
But
Yeah.
Fabio Leone.
Yeah. Fabio Leone. And here's the thing, though. He was actually really good because
Okay.
technically he's a really good singer. And
Right.
apparently,
right. He can sing. It's just
Yeah.
you need to tell him like, hey, all
Right.
your instincts don't.
right. And they
Don't
must have
do
done it
those.
because there was only 2 times that I heard him do a vibrato of like a minor third. He did do it, but only like once or twice. Because that was always my thing in Rhapsody is he always had this ridiculous vibrato, which would go way out
He
too.
had ridiculous everything.
Right.
It wasn't just the vibrato.
Right, and he's still fairly ridiculous, but he did a really good job of basically doing Holy Land, like Holy Land. Their new shit, he's gonna do whatever, but their new shit, I don't really care. It's really, really simple and straightforward. And
I haven't heard it.
yeah, it's not really, doesn't really matter. And then Kiko's leaving too, so it's gonna be a whole different thing. But it was really cool to hear them play really old stuff. That was really great.
I really would.
I
Have
really
loved to
like
have seen
Holy
them
Land.
in like 2007, and for the last 6 years, I just kind
Yeah,
of don't care.
dude. Last time I saw Angra, it was all right.
Yeah, they were really good in 2005
Yeah.
and 2003. I think were the first 2 like ProgPowers forever, or at least one of them. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, and I didn't. And they're not old singer, but their last singer Edu Falasky.
I like him.
His new band Alma played on Wednesday, but they're just
Oh yeah,
straight up power
and
metal.
that was the band I was saying to Rod. Every time someone says Alma, I think Kalma,
Yeah.
and then I realize it's a different
Yeah.
band. And
Yeah.
then he's like, yeah, I don't think you would like it. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
so I
it
didn't
was.
check it out.
It was. Yeah, it
I
was
think
not.
Hypria is from Brazil,
Yeah,
and Shaman. Yeah, I don't like any of those bands.
I liked one Shaman album, but I like Andre Matos. In the right context.
Yeah.
And he actually was supposed to play 1 year.
He never gets his visa either.
Well, and when that didn't happen, I'm like, that's it. He's never, because he's also like, I think weirdly just like disappears for years at a time. or
He's
some
tried to
shit.
tour here like 3 times, and it just always gets canceled.
Well, because he has like who? You know what I mean? Like, there's no. He after Angra, he did a few little things, but like he doesn't seem to like keep anything going, right? Like Shaman, it was like the one album I like, and then the next one was totally different, and then they just like disappeared. And so, like, if you don't remind people who you are, they're not even going to care that you used to be an Angra, you know. But Fabio did a pretty good job. I enjoyed that, and then
They were the headliner, right?
yeah. So I watched, I think, all of it because I wanted to see if they would do any other cool old songs. They
right,
just
like
they-
Encore or something.
yeah,
play
they only
something else.
did. They did Holy Land. They did a couple. They did 1 or 2 songs from Rebirth, and then they did some of the new stuff. And then, oh, that's right. because it was also the last night. And then at the very end, they brought out like 4 other singers. They brought out DC,
As long as John Olivo was.
Jeff Scott Soto, and then some other dudes,
This
whatever.
other thing they seem
And
to
then
do.
they did a cover of the Van Halen cover of "You Really Got Me." They did a cover of the least interesting, like
They do that, I think, every year at ProgPower, right? At the end, or
not
like,
always,
but
No.
frequently the last few years,
Well,
and it's
they-
never
Depends
good.
on how sleepy the last band is.
right?
Yeah.
And if they have like stuff to fill time, part of it is like one year. Actually, I think the year Andre Matos canceled, they replaced him with a like all-star jam or something.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
those was So like one year they literally just had an all-star jam, and then occasionally they'll have a headliner who just has to kill time, like Crimson Glory.
Oh my god!
Oh, I missed that.
Though that was also
No, you
partially, that was also
I wouldn't say you
partially
were
I
missing
thought you were
it.
there.
right. But that
Because we've been talking about a
that-
stage incident there for like years.
right that was another one
I was
because
not there.
they didn't have an actual singer, and the the replacement guy. I think it was that when Todd Latour was actually with them.
Yes.
Yeah, but they still were like, yeah, but you're not Midnight, so we're only going to have you do a few songs, and then we're going to get like every other singer here to come up and do one.
Yeah.
And although, who has the last laugh? Todd, because he's in Queensrÿche now.
And he's alive.
And he's alive. Well, yes. But he
Last
already had that over Midnight before when he was in the band.
We're gonna
But
have a midnight podcast at some point.
Yeah.
It'll be short.
we got to find the video
Oh my god.
or something.
That needs to be a video podcast. We need to do it OSW style.
We could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could totally do video anytime. If we even just want to do a random one just to put up on YouTube as like an extra thing. Like, I don't want to do it every time because it's more work, but.
Only if I can wear a lucha mask.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
that's right.
We should all wear lucha
Yeah, we'll just
masks.
all wear masks and then we'll all wear masks and then modulate our voices. Which people be like, what?
Wait.
We hear your normal voices like, yeah, totally. We'll just do a delocated episode.
Right, that's what I was about to say. I'll do delocated style. We'll call Eddie. He'll bring the lucha masks and be on.
We'll
That-
just totally do-
We
You
really
don't know what he's done in those lucha masks.
Yeah,
though.
but
He's
right,
pretty
which is why I'm
gross.
wearing the delocated mask. But
I'll
he'll
just get my own.
he'll unhinge this podcast, man. It'll be great.
Talk about 30 stones to the no bone zone.
yeah. Talking
Actually-
about AC.
Eddie would be amazing for
I
this
know.
podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Give him a call. So, well, we
He'll
gotta
never
talk.
show up.
We gotta talk about. Well, we'll take it.
Braindance.
We'll take it to him. We'll talk about. So normally, right? Like after ProgPower, Saturday night, like everybody stays up all night.
Yeah.
So it's horrible to go like try to check out of your hotel by like 11 and then go to the airport.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people stay till Monday. And so, but you're saying like you're the
So-
only one who did
So
this
right,
year?
so
Somebody else did.
the last several years,
Last year when I went,
my closest group of friends have been staying the extra day, and so I did as well. And then I have people to hang out with, and usually nothing really goes on, but it doesn't matter. You get a good night's sleep. That way, when you're flying back, you're well rested, and it's just less miserable. This year,
you don't miss your flight.
Yeah.
You don't get kicked out of
this
the hotel.
year, I did a lot of my booking kind of like, oh shit, that's right, I got to book that. Let me do that now, or I will forget for another several weeks and it'll be too late. So a lot of my stuff I kind of booked on the fly, and I was like, okay, well, the hotel, I was like, okay, I can always change the reservation. So I just booked till Monday. And then when it was time to book the flight, that was kind of last minute. And I was like, if I don't book it now, I'm not going to get any sort of a convenient flight, or B, it'll be expensive, whatever. So I booked it, and then I didn't find out, because I didn't bother asking anyone until I went there, that none of the usual people were staying till Monday.
Rod and Kyle didn't stay.
Well, Rod lives.
They watch sports.
Kyle wasn't, which surprised me. Usually they go watch the game. But Kyle was heading back. I mean, a few people were around to like get lunch. I actually got dinner with Rod because he lives like an hour outside of Atlanta now. But so there were a few people, and there was some stuff to do, and I basically did some pre-editing on the one podcast we did record. But yeah, there wasn't like the whole crew of people I was expecting. And if I hadn't booked that, I could have made it back to see Braindance,
Ah, you missed out, man.
Right. So we
which
thought,
is a good lead-in.
we thought that this was the first show they'd played in 20 years because the last show that we knew about was in Baltimore in 96.
Yeah.
But it turns out it was the
10.
first show they'd play in 10 years, as we were informed by the band during the set.
And I actually knew that they played 10 years prior. I just forgot. Yeah, because they recruited like DyNAAAZty from TSO to play with them for some shows.
Oh, I forgot.
And like Paula Plaka.
Yeah, no,
like Chris Caffrey's band.
I didn't know about this at all. So yeah, this was a weird show. So okay, so for those of you who don't know, Braindance market themselves as a progressive darkwave band, and there's not really a lot of bands that sound like them. It's sort of like a weird intersection between, say, like Depeche Mode, Meshuggah, and Typo Negative. And that's totally unfair and doesn't make sense. But I'm just trying to, because like no one's heard of this band, which is bizarre because they totally rule. But I think it's the same deal like Cleric. Like people don't think of them as a metal band. So then metalheads don't like talk about it and tell each other to listen to it, but they're just like Cleric. They're super awesome. So you should totally listen to this band.
And their website is actually progressivedarkwave.com and not braindance.com.
Yes,
they're the only band that calls themselves Progressive Darkwave.
I'm telling you, man, he's going to start a Progressive Darkwave band.
We are.
Yes,
I have one. It's called Fractured Actor.
Totally down.
So so their like second full length, or like the third thing they ever released was called Redemption, and it's like one of my favorite albums of all time.
Totally amazing.
And but even Fear Itself, the first full length, like that album's really good too. And then they have one that just came out last year. It's called Master of Disguise, but it's been coming out since like 2006, so it was kind of like 8 years late.
Which also has a song called Lost with a video, which you totally need to watch.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that.
Actually, we should. Okay. So anyway, so the show, we were like totally pumped to see the show, but it's one of these deals where they hadn't played in forever. It's, a lot of different people are in the band. Actually, Kenny from he's been in tons of stuff. He was the last drummer in Hung, or Havung, as we were saying earlier. And he plays in Secret Chiefs. He plays like in a lot of stuff. They recruited him to be the drummer for this stuff. This is actually how I knew that new the Master's Disguise was coming out, was because they were talking about like, oh, we're trying to shoot this video, and then Kenny like posted something about it, and I was like, wait, Kenny's in Braindance now? like this is happening. Like there are people who play instruments and do stuff. So yeah, they put out this video, which is super weird. So this new album, like I said, it had been coming out for 8 years. So it's sort of a letdown because at this point that sound is kind of like 15 years old now. But it's still a solid album, but it just sort of, it's kind of like more the same from Redemption stuff, but now with less novelty.
And I don't feel like there's any real like hits off it either.
Yeah, there's no, right.
I mean, except for Lost.
Well, yeah. That's more like comical. I don't know.
I mean, I dig the song.
It's great.
It gets,
actually not.
it gets stuck in my,
Yeah. The song is good. It's just, it's hard to decontextualize it from the video when you see it. So, yeah, because we gotta talk about this video.
Yeah.
And there's two videos. So we're talking about the live action video. There's an animated one. Forget that.
Right. So,
does that tie into the comic book or whatever?
Yeah, the album was supposed to, it was like this, it was one of these deals, I guess, in the age of people downloading everything. They were trying to make, a value added product so that people would be compelled to purchase the physical product, and it was like this comic book and stuff. Which, even though I bought the physical media, like I did not look at.
And I wanted to say,
to listen to that.
I'm really I went on their website the other day to try to like buy a couple albums, and really just wanted to buy a digital copy, and there's no way to do it.
They sell you the physical copy,
which is not smart,
right?
Like you need to offer.
You can get Fear Itself on cassette, which is amazing.
Yeah. Well, no. I thought you were gonna say Shadows. Shadows is on YouTube.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's how I heard it. But the the Master of Disguise, so the thing was, right, I don't want to deal with the physical media because
Right.
I have to know where it is, I have to keep track
Yeah.
of it, then I have to put it in something that can play it. The thing, I actually had a really hard time ripping the album. There were artifacts. Even the rip that I'm using now, I ended up using the rip that has like the fewest number of artifacts in
wow.
it. I kept getting artifacts, and but they were in different places because that was the thing. When I ripped it and then I listened to it, and I'm like, so I ripped it again and then compared. I was like, okay, these
like
are
the
artifacts
actual-
from ripping. It's not.
So maybe the actual media they used is not.
Well, it could be weird, but they're not like mixing errors. If anything, they're mastering errors.
Right.
You know. So that was super weird. But anyway, so they make this video, and it's like the whole thing is like Egyptian themed. Like the album has this Egyptian iconography, and they made this video, and it's really bad, and it's just really unfortunate because this band is super awesome. And they're one of these bands I will tell like anyone who will listen to listen to them.
And the song's really good.
Right, and the song's good. And so then you would want to be like, oh, well, they have this easily digestible format that people like. You should check this out. And I'm like, no. Like we would watch it with people, but only to be like, you got it. Like, you got to check this out. Because it's just, they're in it, and they're not really actors. And then there's people who are apparently actors, but I can't really tell.
Yeah.
It's all
And
the
then-
band and like a couple of their friends.
Yeah, and then
I mean, Sebastian's very photogenic.
He
so
is.
like I mean, he's also shirtless and like oiled up the whole time. So more
It's totally
pro wrestling,
wrestling.
yeah,
But-
right. No. They are the most wrestling.
Yeah,
band
yeah.
That we're going to talk about today because they have iconography, they have costumes, and
They have a
Sebastian comes
backstory,
out.
in fact.
yeah.
Sebastian comes out, very tan and without a shirt. He's heavily muscled, very tan, and not wearing a shirt. But the
And contacts and a
yeah.
drawn-on face
I
tattoo.
totally forgot about that. Right,
Oh.
he has face paint like the Road Warriors
Yeah.
or the Ultimate Warrior, and then he had those contacts in that you put in and make your eyes look all crazy. But so before they went on, we got there super early because I didn't know what time they were going on. I was like, I don't care. Like I'm not missing this. We're not chancing it. So we just this was at Le Poisson Rouge, which is a lot of people know because they a lot of times have like quote unquote classical concerts, but it's in like a sort of lounge setting. So they like serve you drinks and stuff while it's
Kind of
going
a
on.
club.
Yeah, but this was downstairs in the more like it just totally looks like any dance club venue, whatever. There's a disco ball. There's also a chair that we'll talk about. So
Sounds not good there, unfortunately.
yeah, it's not the worst.
Like you couldn't identify Strenga.
Oh,
It's like
no,
two.
no, it wasn't Stenga, dude.
Stenga, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't even remember what song it was, but it wasn't Off Nothing. Yeah. But before
There was like two notes, and I knew what it was, and you're like, "That's not it." And I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
it's totally it."
yeah, they were playing Meshuggah over the PA, like because they were playing random stuff, like some stuff we recognized, some stuff we didn't, and
A
then
lot
they
of,
played
frontline assembly.
Meshuggah, and we're like, is this a cover? Because it sounded so weird, and it was just turned out that it was just the sound system was so weirdly banded on the EQ that it couldn't identify it as Meshuggah until Jens starts screaming, and then you're like, oh, that's definitely Meshuggah. So we're just hanging out and like so they most of their friends are like goth fans. So
Actually, it was mostly like Brooklyn metal people that I saw at the show.
Yeah.
That's all their friends. so-
yeah, but the other thing is Sebastian is
Belly dancing.
the DJ at Scores at the strip club. So there were like a bunch of strippers there too, which was funny because they were into it. Like, but the other thing was the opening act was this. Do you remember her name? The woman.
No.
She's like a
I'll look it
belly
up.
dancer, or like I thought when I Googled her that she was a pole dancer that was on like America's Got Talent or something.
Yeah.
But then she came and
That's
she
what he said
did-
in the
she did-
event thing.
She did belly dancing.
Huh.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's on the
Yeah,
it's on
because
the,
that's what he said on the event.
the event page. So I didn't know. That was the other reason why we showed up super early because I didn't know if she was going on before or
Anna
if she,
Pippian.
yeah, I didn't know if she was going on before or if she was gonna dance during their set or what. So I was like, if they're gonna play, and it was a Sunday night, so I'm like, we're showing up at 8 because if they're going on at 8,
They started late, like an hour late.
I don't want to miss. Yeah, they went on at 10:30. because my latest estimate was 10 because I was like, well, let's say she does her own thing, so she goes on at 9, and then they'll go on at 10. But no, she did her thing at 9, and it wasn't long.
It's like 15 minutes, and then it was 45 minutes of DJ again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, there were a couple like DJs listed on the bill though. That's kind of like.
So
Yeah,
I
there
missed
were.
that.
So the crowd was.
They didn't
weird.
say what order or anything, but they were like, yeah, a couple DJs. And I was like, well, what, how does that go? You know?
Yeah, the crowd. Would
So-
you want to? I
Yeah,
have notes, but you can tell
So
yours.
there's tons of like good industrial or darkwave music, like stuff that goth clubgoers would listen to.
Yeah.
And there were some there, but it was mostly metal people. But it was like a high school dance or like a middle school dance. Like everyone was standing around the edge of the room.
No, and then this couple
Except
showed
the
up.
one fat like old dude who was totally like gothed out.
No, and then this couple showed up that they looked like the chaperones.
Yeah.
Like, he had a fanny pack. Like it was somebody's mom and dad.
So
No,
like all of us were up front because fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
right. We wanted to stand.
not
There wasn't a
weird.
rail, but we wanted to stand at
Welcome
the thing.
Progressive Darkwave.
But there was right. So there was your metal dudes, right? Who like some guy who was wearing a Fates Warning shirt, and then there were like your goth kids who had the moon boots and like crazy whatever, and then there was this guy in a leotard, like
Yeah.
and he
The
was like
old-
stretching and
old
stuff,
goth dude.
but he
Yeah.
was not. He did not look like a dancer, like so. I was sort of didn't know what was going on there, and then there was this other guy, and he wasn't wearing a shirt, and he had like these crazy like dragon tattoos
It was
and
a
a
shirt
dog collar,
tattoo
and then
shirt.
he came up close to us, and we realized he was wearing a shirt, and it was just skin tight, and it was like. the
I've seen him
tattoos.
at other shows before.
Oh, yeah.
And he always wears that shirt to
Oh,
shows.
that's his club and show
yeah.
shirt.
No, he goes to like 1349, like those kind of bands. Yeah. I always
So-
see him at BB King's.
So we're waiting, like we're there forever, and we just ate. So eventually, I'm like, I need to use the restroom. So I go in the back, and they have, like these couches and stuff, and then there's this chair. It's sort of like a throne. It's like a red chair, and so it's all elaborate. It's like it's kind of like a goth club thing, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
Giant stain on it. like, I took a picture because I was.
Oh man.
I didn't see that. I feel like I missed out.
Yeah, no. Well, I took a picture. I can show you.
didn't go
I
to
told
that.
you. I told you guys when I came back. I was like, there's this huge chair back there and it's big stain on it. So the belly dancing set was weird. She balanced a sword on her head for a long time. And they played, and it wasn't like, it was like traditional belly dancing music for the most part.
She
but,
went
like,
to like a Russian ballet academy in Armenia or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, it was a weird mix for a show. But then they finally go on at like 10:30, and they had these video screens set up where they played, because even so, like we said, this one, the new album had a comic book, but even the older ones, they didn't have comic books. They had still illustrations, like for the covers, like for all the art and stuff. And so they projected, the illustrations for.
But they had like video for it. It'd be like
Right.
the band logo, the album logo.
Or like the Egyptian symbols scrolling
Yeah.
by. And they're like the clip in the video.
They put
Just-
work into it.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, yeah.
pretty pleased.
There was a lot of people on stage because they had Sebastian, and then they had the new guitar player, then they had Vora, Sebastian and Vora are like the only long-standing members of the
No,
band.
the bass player was in the band for a while and then he left and he came back.
Oh, really?
Japanese guy. Can't remember his name.
Yeah. And then Kenny was playing drums. Then they had a new keyboard player, or new to me. It's not
Yeah,
the
it's a
girl
new
from
keyboard player.
not the girl from the video. And then they had a backup singer, a female backup singer. So the weird thing about it was, Sebastian's mic was definitely live, but it was like he was singing over
Yeah.
another track.
There were a couple times, and Jill noticed this, like his mouth was closed and he would turn around so people wouldn't see that he wasn't singing. And he didn't have like a set list taped in front of him. He had lyrics on the floor.
Yeah.
But he was mic'd up like Britney Spears style, like the
Yeah.
headset
Right.
mic.
He had a
Yeah.
headset. But what was weird was he didn't ran it. Then the wireless was clipped to his belt, so there was still a cable that ran from his ear basically down to his hip, but he didn't run it behind his back. They're just kind of hung on the side of his face and in front of his, big,
Yeah.
big man muscles.
And he didn't do the move from the video, so
He did it once.
he did it once only.
Yeah.
It was they opened with it.
If you haven't watched this video yet, it's basically like he's leaning back and throwing dice or jerking off his buddy. You can't quite tell which of the two.
It's a variation on the classic roll the dice
So
move.
I'm pretty sure what he's supposed to be doing is cracking a whip.
Yeah.
But very slowly, in which case the whip won't actually crack because the speed is actually what causes the whip cracking sound. So he's cracking a whip in slow motion while leaned back without wearing a shirt. It's very strange.
And there's a whip crack sound
Right,
in the song.
Right,
It's never,
that's how I know.
timed in the video to the move.
Right, it's not timed to the move, but that's why I know.
Yeah.
That
Right. And that's
what
why
it
you know
is.
it's connected to the song in some way.
Right. But
He has other moves though.
right. He has moves.
Oh man.
So yeah, they opened with that, and he did the move once, and we were right up front, and I mean, like, yeah, they killed. I mean, they sounded like very close to perfect. Kenny was playing electronic kit. Sebastian may or may not have been
Which
singing
was appropriate
various amounts of
for-
stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's another reason I really like this band is because they don't have like a lot of rock and metal bands have just an obnoxious ride or crash ride like all the time, and it's like, well, yeah, if you're at your practice space, you're playing a show, and everybody needs to be able to hear the beat, I guess. But like in the studio, maybe don't play that part because it's just it's just obnoxiousness over the top of your music. It's like, this sounds horrible, but I guess everyone's used to it and thinks that's what you should do. They don't have that, so it's great. And then so Kenny's playing this electronic kit.
They did have 2 laptops though.
They did have 2 laptops, but I think the one was running the projections.
Yeah, but it was like the screen was faced out towards the crowd. They never touched it. It's like you could just turn the laptop around.
Well, maybe Sebastian needed to see it to
Maybe
know like when it was starting or something. I don't know. But yeah, they were super awesome. The set list was cool. They played stuff more than I would have liked off the new album, but usually you play a show when you have an album.
Yeah.
It's
So
like
they played
support the
everything
album.
else that they needed to.
Yeah.
Like the set list was really good, other than the Masters of the Sky stuff,
Yeah, and then they closed with Redemption,
which is their best song.
Their best song is what we totally wanted to hear, and it was awesome.
If you're gonna listen to it, just like turn off the lights, turn the music way up, and just close your eyes. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But yeah, it was a weird show, and it was awesome, and it was late for Sunday, but it's New York City, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it just sounds like they gotta find other progressive darkwave bands to play with, and
If only there were more like a community, as like a scene.
yeah,
Well, like Darkwave's kind of growing in New York again. It's really weird. There's a lot of new bands,
Oh, yeah?
a lot of regular shows, like weekly. Yeah. You can ask Trent about that.
But we want progressive.
Yeah.
progressive darkwave.
I don't know. I'm really into Darkwave, so
So you should totally be in a progressive darkwave band.
let's do the band, man. Come on, what's it called again?
Fractured Actor.
Right on.
But yeah,
cool.
So
Well,
it was one of those deals where it's like either this will be amazing or hysterical or both. And it was both, but it was way more amazing than hysterical. So
That's good.
Forum-
Yeah, I
Forum
definitely-
was really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. I hope.
Hit all the notes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, from what it sounds like they're planning to do more shows. Right?
Yeah, they mentioned it.
yeah, I would think you wouldn't have done all practiced that whole setup.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the music's non-trivial. It's not like they're not a very straightforward band.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people.
And there's no other good local metal bands right now that I mean, unless you like Magus Beast, and that's
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm
Well,
not gonna
Akilia
argue
play a
with
lot of
some
shows
that.
and stuff, but
They're still around.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I like them. I mean, there's not really any.
They're
other...
not really my style, but I mean, I'll go see them play.
Yeah.
They're cool.
I think I missed them opening on the Gojira Mastodon show or something like that.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I've seen
here.
them like a million times.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
But yeah, no, yeah. Since Hung's gone, I don't know. they were the best local metal band. in my
Exit to
opinion.
Eternity was good, but they broke up pretty quick.
Yeah, I
And-
never saw them.
Yeah, well, cool. That's a bunch of shows that we saw, or some of us saw. Let's see. Okay, so just to clarify, I don't know if we covered this. So Eric wasn't at the first one. I was the only one at ProgPower, and then I was not at the Braindance show.
Right, we had every combination of
Did a full circle of shows that I'll call the episode shows you weren't at.